Let's take a look at the contour operation. A contour or a blob in machine vision is generally a collection of non-zero pixels that are connected. So in order to find a contour, one of the first things we want to do is to threshold an image and convert it to binary, this is zero or non-zero. In this particular case, we have a part with some holes in it, and it might be interesting to see if we can isolate just those holes. So the first step would be to threshold and convert this to a binary image. And because we want to look for the dark areas, which are the holes, we'll want to do a binary inverse. And we'll examine the color values within there and see what might be a good threshold value. Looks like maybe 50 or so might be a good value. So here we've thresholded the image, and we'd like to see if we can isolate or locate these particular holes. And the contour operation, called find contours, will try to retrieve just the non-zero, or in this case white, connected pixels, groups of connected pixels. So if we do a contour operation, we can see that we have some blue lines outlining the entire image and contours. And if we look at the message window, it shows us that we actually found about 50 some contours. But a lot of them, if you notice, each contour has different properties: a center in pixel coordinates, an area in square pixels, and an aspect ratio, a height to width ratio. And a lot of these contours are extremely small. So it's very common that we'll do filtering on the contours and only include contours whose area is greater than a particular value. So now we have only include contours whose area are greater than 100. And when we apply this, we've now narrowed it down to about 6 contours, which is still more than what we're looking for. And so one of the things that we notice if we view this marked up image is that we get a contour around the entire edge, and we don't want that. And we get a contour around the entire part, and we'd like to exclude that as well. And we can see by looking at the shape and size of those contours that their areas are going to be really large. So maybe we can exclude very large contours. If we look in our message window, we can see that 4 of the contours are in the hundreds range of area. One of them is around 4,300, and then there's 2 of them that are extremely large. So if we add an additional filter to say only include contour areas that are less than something extremely large, maybe 10,000, then these filters will be combined so that we'll only get contours whose area are greater than 100 and contours whose area are less than 10,000. And when we apply this, you can see that we're now only getting 4 contours. And we can do some additional filtering, which we'll show later, to try to make these circular areas a little bit better. But this is the basics of how to use the contour finding capabilities in the software.